Well, if you're here, thank you for paying us $5 to see us ramble on like idiots.
Well, more to watch you guys eat before we do a podcast, but we'll get to that. And maybe you get to listen to the racy things that come out.
And everyone, welcome to the brand new episode of You Hate to See It. I'm Adam.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Emo Nick.
And for anyone listening to the uncut video versions, that's literally how I always do an intro, is just randomly out of nowhere. So today, first of all, hold up. Welcome to year 2 of the podcast, everyone.
We're also extremely excited. Yay!
Kill me.
And
I jest.
I am drinking
Apple juice.
watermelon
Cranberry
soda mixed with vodka, and then I added some water to it because if you watched the Taskmaster live stream a couple weeks ago, I'm drinking the same mixture, and I blacked out after that live stream, so we're gonna go a little easy.
I am drinking scotch and some Budweiser, and I'm going to take this shot of Fireball now.
I am drinking a 10-year-old Bullet bourbon.
Butt chug it.
I've had better, honestly. If I'm gonna speak the truth,
It's Bullet, dude. The normal bottle costs $20.
Bib and Tucker's better.
Neat. All right.
I like this. Oh, guys, I'll see you next week. Thank you for coming out to You Hate to See It.
Good episode. It's
look
only
out.
been 3 minutes long.
Be sure to go back and listen to the Drunken Jury that came out, and here we are.
So I'd really, new year, new us. I want to get back to some basics, what we started off this podcast with. We've talked a lot about ourselves.
Being blackout on it.
And
Oh, God.
So
Okay.
first thing brought back from early days of podcast is the pitcher. It's already looking like I need to refill it.
We should all got together. That was real original.
That was
And,
real
We could
another-
record in the same room.
One thing that is going to be missing from last year is the every other 30 seconds of
That
either Jeff or I.
That is true. That it's nice that there's no more nicotine addictions on the podcast.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, there's
There's
no
still
more
the addiction. There's still the addiction.
But yeah, now we're not talking about ourselves either. So as our very first topic of year 2 that has literally nothing to do with us, my question is, what are some fun and interesting alternatives to war that countries could settle their differences with?
A good one is
I think it should be thumb war. I think everyone should thumb wrestle for all the glory.
they should do the Russian slapping contest. They all just get one person to go up and have a slapping contest.
Now,
Whatever,
if
everyone-
we did that, would Arnold Schwarzenegger be slapping for the U.S. or for Austria?
Oh,
He's a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, he's
he's
a
All
a
right,
citizen.
fuck yeah.
He's
We-
also no. Arnold is like in his mid-70s and is not as big.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if you saw the video. He someone kicked him in the face, and he just stood there like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I mean, yeah, he
think-
can probably take the hit, but I don't think he's delivering anything back either.
Honestly,
think-
we just need to outlast him.
I think our national slapper should be the Twisted Tea guy.
True.
I think
The
it
guy
should be
who-
the Twisted Tea guy.
The guy who smacked the fuck out of a dude with a twisted
The
teeth.
the 2020 winner of Fuck Around and Find Out.
Yeah, that's a good one. Another good one is just whoever does better in the Olympics that gets to just do what they want. They get the final say. Whoever does better than the other country. It's like, yeah. But we do like the really dumb Olympic sport, like power walking and curling.
Hold
Is
up.
that an Olympic sport? Is power walking an Olympic sport?
Hold
Yeah.
up. I'm here to defend curling. Curling.
No, I mean,
Curling's pretty cool. Curling's pretty
Honestly,
cool.
my favorite thing ever was that at the last Winter Olympics, fucking it just looked like 5 dads happened to find their way into the Olympic sports and started curling.
you could also just do an actual beer fest games.
Ooh,
Oh dear God.
Ooh,
You
yeah,
guys
that
seen the
sounds
movie
good.
Beer Fest?
Hell
Beer Fest
yeah.
is such a
Yeah.
fun movie. That's where we got most of our drinking games from college from.
Yeah.
I need to go back and
The boot.
watch that movie. Beer Fest is one of my favorite movies of all time. I fucking loved it.
I just like that group.
Every
It's the
time
same guys as Super Troopers.
Every time I watch Beer Fest, though, like I always play the drinking game, which is whenever they drink,
Yeah.
you drink, and it's not a fun time.
I feel like you wouldn't make it through the movie.
That's true, Nick. As
As someone who's done it multiple times,
Yeah, I've played it
never
many
made through
times.
the movie.
I love I think my favorite thing about that movie is what the fat guy who dies in the fucking
landfill.
beer, landfill when he dies in the brewing tank. And then they literally just replace him with the same actor, just with a different name. It's literally me in D&D. Oh
Yeah.
no, my character
Yeah.
died. Change his name on character sheet. It's his twin brother.
That'd be a fun way to not do war. Tabletop RPGs,
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
You
or
play,
better
play
yet,
a one shot, and whoever wins.
a fun alternative to war that would cause more war. League of Legends.
Yes.
If the goal is more war and you want an alternative to war, League of Legends.
Just do the fucking, what's the name of the game? Totally Accurate Battle Simulator or whatever. Just have them. Just have virtual war now. Just purely
It's just-
virtual war.
It's just squad.
Yeah. Or just
They should make the game Town of Salem, but for have enough characters for each country, and whenever there's a war, you just play.
That's
Town of
basically the UN.
yeah.
Salem. Okay.
Except in Town of Salem, things get done.
Also true.
See, there you go. Now we're solving problems already.
We could just do an Among Us and just throw them all in a ship and send them out into space. And if they kill each other, they kill each other. No one gives a shit. But
I like it.
I like it. Yes.
it's a solid one.
You know what country would be great at Town of Salem?
China.
Switzerland. You know what Switzerland's horrible at?
Decision making.
Cheese.
Do you know that?
Well, Swiss cheese is disgusting.
Swiss cheese, yeah, is from Switzerland.
Well, duh. Where did you think it was from? Scotland?
I don't know. Cheddar cheese isn't named Wisconsin cheese.
What's your favorite cheese, Adam?
See, I'm somewhat of a cheese connoisseur. I could go for some solid goat cheese on plain goat cheese on a salad with some. You do some arugula with goat cheese and strawberries and like a raspberry vinaigrette. That's real good.
Fucking hate goat cheese.
Some garlic and herb goat cheese on sandwiches. The spread. That's real
You had
good.
me at garlic.
Gouda's a solid cheese. I love me some Gouda. I literally have a website that has a list of every cheese.
Oh, I'm gonna also look that up so I can.
Brie, real good.
I don't like brie. Brie's too rich. Brie's too rich for me.
Yeah, Brie's every once in a while kind of cheese. Brie with you mix brie and chocolate. Ooh, that's good.
Can we all agree that American cheese fucking sucks?
Hold on. American
Sorry, Kraft singles.
Kraft
suck.
singles American cheese. They're
Okay.
only good for grilled cheeses.
Agreed. I was gonna say
Only time I eat
American
crap
cheese
from-
on a burger is pretty solid.
but like real American cheese that's actually
Like from a deli isn't too bad.
yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ooh, I do like
Romano?
I do like Asiago.
Asiago is good.
Asiago's a
Romano
bit
is
too
good.
strong for me. I'm a
I
Munster
like
guy.
Asiago Parmesan Romano mix.
That's a good one.
Real good.
So, what's everyone's take on Munster?
Munster
I like it.
is, if I wouldn't be upset
sandwiches?
if you put it if I had it, but I also wouldn't choose to have it.
I will probably take a salty Munster over any other cheese. Like a saltier Munster. Like the one that kind of like crumbles a little bit, not the super velvety. It's got to be the right Munster.
Have you ever had like legitimate fresh mozzarella?
Yes.
Yeah.
So good. So
Very
fucking-
good.
Has anyone had Gorgonzola? I've never had Gorgonzola.
I have. It's pretty.
I feel like I have, but I don't remember.
It's a lot like blue cheese. It's a
it-
lot like blue cheese.
It's literally the oldest blue types of blue cheese.
Is it okay?
Yeah, that's literally what it is.
What's everyone feel about provolone?
I like it that's actually what I like on burgers. Like instead of like mushroom and Swiss, I like mushroom and provolone.
I feel like it just lacks flavor.
Yeah, I really only can do provolone if it's melted. Like like I can't do provolone on a sandwich.
Yeah, that's I'm the same way.
So when Jeff and I work nights and we were both on keto, our dinners a lot of the time consisted of a pack of salami, pepperoni, and provolone cheese that we'd get pre-cut at the deli at 10:30 at night.
I'm just gonna say my favorite. My favorite, like, I know it's pretty basic, but I don't like the basic kind. But like a good peppered cheese, like with like habanero or something, like a real good peppered jack cheese, pretty fucking
Pepper
good.
jack's very good. What's that cheese with like nuts in it?
That's a good question. I know what you're talking.
Chocolate cheese has nuts in it. Chocolate cheese is
Sounds-
delicious, by the way.
It sounds
That sounds
disgusting.
yeah, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
What about feta? Who here likes feta? I like feta.
Yeah, you like goat's milk.
Yeah.
I don't like goat's milk. It's too
Let's see. There's also
much for me.
Gruyere. Gruyère's really good.
What's the cheese where that like literally has maggots in it? Isn't that a thing? It's like a French cheese?
I don't know.
Oh, it looks like I'm efforting that.
Yeah.
Oh, already on it. It's Casu Marzu.
Yeah, it sounds about right. It's fucking disgusting.
This rare cheese is infested with live maggots. Why you like this?
What? No, me. That's France.
Why are you bringing this shit up?
Yeah. I'm Nick, I know you hate it. I'm a big fan of Swiss. I like me some Swiss. When I was younger, I hated it. But as I've gotten older, it's like an acquired taste.
So here's why I hate it. My mom fries it.
Okay.
Like in a pan.
Okay.
And it's the most disgusting scent ever.
Well, most cheeses don't smell good. If it's a good cheese, it
Fry?
doesn't smell good.
Did you say she just fries it, just slice
Like
it?
like she throws it on the pan and lets it melt and cook.
How about cottage cheese?
I like it.
I love cottage
Disgusting.
cheese. Cottage cheese with salt on it. Ooh.
No, that's too much fucking salt.
I don't
Cottage
like
cheese with pepper on it. Great.
Oh, curdle sounds gross. Just the idea of anything curdled makes me want to throw up.
Coming from the man who loves to chug fucking Irish car bombs.
Well, yeah, I'm good at it.
What about cream
Before
cheese?
it curdles. I don't like cream cheese.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Nick?
I don't like cream cheese.
You don't like living, apparently.
What cheese do they put in pierogies? Is it ricotta?
I don't think so. Oh, it's like a sweet cheese.
What's a sweet cheese?
I don't know. I like blue cheese. Does anyone else like blue cheese?
Fucking
I
love
like
blue
blue-
cheese.
I like blue cheese. Blue cheese dressing is very dependent.
I like to when I make burgers, I like to have the pockets of blue cheese in the middle.
Interesting. I'm literally looking up how to make sweet cheese filled pierogies. What the fuck's in here? This is the filling. Oh, it's literally just 1 pound farmer's cheese, half a teaspoon vanilla extract, 4 tablespoons sugar, half a tablespoon of salt, and 1 large egg.
Interesting.
That's where you get your sweet cheese. I don't like it. I'm done reading that.
Yeah.
There's so many cheeses. There are 19 pages of cheese.
Well, yeah, it's cheese.
All right, I'm doing one of our great smooth transitions because this is a rabbit hole I don't want to go down.
Waterloo cheese.
Oh, I didn't like that.
I love
All
it.
right, Jeff, get us out of this. Jeff, get us out.
What animal would be the rudest if they could talk?
A dolphin.
No, dolphins love us. I don't think they'd be that rude.
I don't know. Dolphins are assholes. Everything I've read about.
But dolphins are. I feel like dolphins, because they're horny as fuck. So I feel like there'd be a lot of obscenities in that form.
Dolphins are the only other animal that rapes
and has sex for pleasure.
Otters rape.
Oh right, that's what it is. Sex for pleasure. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
So there's like an older sci-fi novel that like puts humans like 200 years in the future, and they're one of the most advanced races in the galaxy, and they elevated dolphins into being sentient beings, and dolphins are now basically humans.
I think house cats would be the most rude. Like just walking into your friend's house and being like, "Hey," and this cat's like, "Go fuck yourself, leave." Like I think that's how that would go.
I'm fucking blanking. What's the primate
Geese.
with the ooh, geese are awful. But what's the primate with the colorful butthole? Baboon?
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 I don't. The colorful butthole. I'm sorry. The what?
The primate from Lion King that puts the juices on Simba's forehead and lifts him up.
Don't ever have one sentence say the colorful butthole and then the next have the juices on Simba's forehead. Jesus.
Mandrills. They're called mandrills.
Oh, I feel like those would be some rude fucking animals.
I hate what I'm looking at. I hate what I'm looking at. Make it go away.
Is
Make
it
it go
colorful
away.
buttholes and juices?
Would you like me to screen share this?
Absolutely not.
Fucking Christ. Oh,
I hated that. That's scarring me forever.
I feel like not only like so if animals could talk, I feel like some of the most apex predators would be like really nice. Like, I feel like alligators wouldn't be like complete dicks.
So I've often thought of this, like spiders. Like I am terrified of spiders. If a spider's in my room and I'm like, "Hey Carl, what's up? Oh hey man, good. Just so you know, we got like a couple ants out of here today. We're good. I'll stay on this side of the room. You won't even see me. All right, cool, Carl. You have a good day. Watch out. Don't be in the shower tomorrow morning. You might get washed out like Larry did last week." That would be so much less terrifying. That and I would know where they are. Like I've had spiders in my room before, and I've been like,
nice, though? What if they're like you're sleeping and they crawl up on your face and like whisper in your ear? You're like, hey, I'm gonna crawl in your mouth and you're gonna eat me and you won't even fucking know.
then I burn my house down.
Oh, hold on, Nick. What if?
And then you'll hear them dying.
Well,
Good.
I want mice to be able to talk, so that way you just hear little whispers in the walls of your houses. Like, because like,
do you know how many people would be institutionalized if this were to suddenly happen on a global scale for schizophrenia?
I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm hearing voices. No, that's the mice in your wall.
I feel like birds would be intimidating as fuck. Like just singing.
Yeah.
I feel like they'd be annoying as shit. Like actually hearing the lyrics of the songs they're singing. They're all singing WAP. They've been singing WAP for years.
Oh God.
If if birds could start talking, I still want them to just look at you directly and just go rah! Just for no reason. Still, even like
Yeah, I
even-
want some things to like like something like cows that moo. I just want it to be screaming. Like, I don't want it to be words. I want their talking to just be them screaming.
I saw this post at one point, and someone was talking about how elephants can have a specific noise to, telling other elephants that there's bees around and to watch out. And someone was like, "Oh, why don't we have a specific noise for that?" And someone was like, "We do. It's called, hey, there's a bunch of bees around. Watch out."
Fucking hate people. People are fucking stupid sometimes. Oh, why don't we do that? We do. We just do it in a normal human way.
We have sentience.
It's amazing. Fucking idiots.
It's called critical thought.
I don't know what that is.
All right. I think we got to get into this one. What sport would be the funniest to add a mandatory amount of alcohol to? I
Curling.
think no, because I guarantee you they're drunk already. I think tennis would be hilarious.
But it depends on the drunk level, because at some point you hit I am no longer good at tennis.
Oh, the mandatory level would be they have to shotgun beers at the beginning. Like they're just shotgunning multiple beers. I don't know how many yet, but they have to do a significant amount of alcohol. Like it would be during warm up. It would be right before warm ups. So basically you have to do a shot and shotgun a beer before you go out for your warm ups. You go out for your warm ups, and when you're done, you have to then chug another beer or take another shot. Wait for the opponent to also do their warm up. And then when that's done, right before the game, you do it again. So at this time, they're pretty fucking... they're not, like, hammered, but, like, they're feeling it. And it's just enough to where, like, it might make tennis more fun because, like, it's just a slight change in the reaction time that it would just be so fucked. Nick, we've already discussed this. It's not a sport, but we can actually... Why not?
I don't think that's something I want to promote on any platform ever, anywhere.
No. Now we're talking about it.
No, I don't think we should.
So
I really
Nick-
don't think we should.
Nick's talking about how
No, we can do this. We just have to,
NASCAR.
hold on. We have to do a disclaimer. We do not promote drunk driving or any
Ever,
like
for
that.
any circumstances.
But it would be hilarious if NASCAR drivers had to drink.
That would be it would be terrifying.
Honestly, if NASCAR had to drink, now it's just professional bumper cars. So, and that sounds...
Do it in actual tanks. Do it in actual tanks.
Well, that's no fun.
It's just
go a max like 15 miles an hour.
No.
on.
The Abrams fucking
No,
flies.
you know how bumper cars are built with the big pad around them? Just have NASCAR, but make them bumper cars instead. Like, just wrap them in padding so that way you can be drunk and you just fucking demolitions derby style just run into people for funsies. Yeah, hold up, Nick. Drunk NASCAR's demolition derby.
True. Oh, shit. M1 Abrams do go 45 miles an hour.
Yeah, the Abrams fucking fly.
So,
Granted, I'm pretty sure they have like a semi-nuclear engine or are powered off of like they get like 0.5 miles per gallon at max speed.
See, because getting back into it, I don't think football would be that much more fun, or that funny drunk. Any sport where people are like really running and stuff is not going to be funny. There's going to be vomiting.
hold on. So this is what I think. I think this is great, also because it's happened. And I think so. First of all, it shouldn't be like an amount of drinks. Just the entire time you have to have a consistent amount of drunk. So like after every time you get done with a shift, you do a breathalyzer, and if you've gone down, you have to drink more.
Do you guys remember when the Mythbusters
Nick,
did
shut the fuck up! and
Got him. Fucking got him, coach.
and I think this is hockey, because as someone who has played drunk hockey, you just stay consistently drunk the whole time. You have beers out on the ice with you. You put beer in your water bottle, and while you're as a goalie on the ice, you just turn around, squirt beer into your mouth. Oh, it sounds amazing. And if you stay consistently drunk the whole time, shifts are short enough that you get on and off the ice, so you're not throwing up randomly, because you're running the whole fucking time. You get to take a break. I think it'd be fun.
See, I don't think football would work because I think you would throw up pretty
Yeah, there's
quickly.
too much running and too much hitting. Like, at least
Baseball-
hockey, you don't have to hit.
Baseball wouldn't be funny because no one would be able to pitch a ball and no one would be able to hit the damn thing. So literally it would be baseball normally, but literally nothing happens. Basketball might be funny.
I think basketball would be in the same sense as hockey.
Yeah, I think it could be funny. Like, especially if you get people who can dunk. Like, just drunk people trying to dunk and, like, failing epically would be hilarious.
But if in basketball though, every 3 minutes, someone should just randomly readjust the height of the net.
Perfect.
The drunker you get, and your depth perception goes, you just really have no idea what the fuck is happening.
Nick, what was the one you were going for?
I was just gonna ask if you guys remembered the Mythbusters episode where they got people like to within 0.1 of being legally drunk. Like they had cops there testing people. It was like to test the difference between drunk driving and peeing, having to pee. Now, was I the only one who watched Mythbusters?
No, I watched it.
I watch it. I just don't know.
You
this
asked if I
episode.
remembered, not if I have seen it. I probably seen it. I do not remember.
The Try Guys on YouTube did a series where they went out on a track and they did sober driving, high driving, drunk driving, and
Please
sleepy
tell me.
driving.
I was gonna say, please tell me the other one's like heroin.
No, they they stayed up for over 24 hours and then went and had to drive.
I've done that
And-
before. It's terrifying.
Yeah, and they actually found out like out of like all of them, sleep deprived driving was the worst you could do.
I've gotten into car accidents because I fell asleep at the wheel. It's fucking awful.
I mean, I
Yeah.
haven't gotten into car accidents, but I did fall asleep at a red light. So, but regardless, drinking alcohol during any sport is very dangerous, and you might cut off a finger. And that leads me into a story that I cut off the tip of my finger. Jeff, did you know that I cut off the tip of my finger?
No, but I've definitely seen you since the time you posted it in the chat.
Yeah. So I was at work one day, first job of the day. So it's like 8 a.m. And I had to cut down some weather stripping for under a door. And the weather stripping, the customer left it out in the garage. So it was frozen fucking rock solid rubber and a pain in the ass to cut through. And I was trying everything to cut through this, and we were heating it up as well, and we were heating up the blade just to fucking get it cut, and it would not cut. And at one point, the knife completely slipped and went vertically through my thumbnail and through my finger. And in that process, I obviously as soon as it hit me, I was pulling it away as fast as I could. And so I kind of did like a angled slice up the front of my thumb and took a chunk out, and that chunk is in the grass somewhere at that person's house. And it took 4 hours to stop bleeding. It was a gay old time. Had a lot
My
of fun with
grandfather
that.
ate the tip of my grandmother's finger once.
Nick, tell this story. Nick, tell this story.
You ate it? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
I'm assuming she cut it while making a sandwich or some shit and then fed it to him.
So about I want to say about 2 years before my grandfather died, and he had already had pretty bad dementia and Alzheimer's. This is relevant to the story. My grandmother was making stuff for a salad and was using a mandolin slicer. So you're basically going
Yeah.
and went too close with their fingers and just chopped off like a
Those things
decent-sized piece of her.
are so fucking sharp.
I've never used one and I refuse to use one. So she cut off the tip of her finger. We're all running around trying to stop this. And we're like digging through the salad looking for the fucking fingertip. And like finally, like my mom's like, hey, stop doing that. Go find band-aids and stuff. And we're like, okay, cool, whatever, we'll go do that. Remember when I said my grandfather has Alzheimer's?
Oh God.
He walks in to the kitchen and is like, huh, I'm hungry. Starts eating the salad. And by the time any of us noticed, the salad was gone.
Oh, that's so gross.
And
Oh,
we don't
that's
know.
so fucking gross.
He may not have.
Ugh.
It may not have fallen in the salad.
I have a question
That's what
for
we
you.
like to tell ourselves.
I have a question for you. It was brought up on a podcast I listened to. If you had the chance to try a very small amount with no like repercussions, a very small amount of human flesh, would you try it?
So I won't get Kuru, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes.
Kuru's fucking wild, by the way. Just
I-
side note.
I am not weirdly, but I am interested in what human meat
I
would
wouldn't.
taste like.
No, I wouldn't. But so there in like the 1890s, there was
Educational.
journal-
Tag it.
tag educational in the 1890s. I think it was the 1890s. There was a reporter for like the New York Times or like the Boston Times or some larger newspaper in the US. He got permission from the police
Yeah, I've heard about this.
and he took a piece of meat to the butcher and like he got it like a small piece of human meat. Again, he got permission from the police, got permission from everyone who needed it. He needed to get permission from.
Yeah, he was
And
a
he
food
cooked it.
critic.
Yeah, and he cooked it and did it up, and he had it. He only had a couple bites, but he said that it's not like he ate the whole fucking ribeye. If there's a ribeye on a human being,
I'm
he only
not
had-
efforting that. I don't want the FBI
He-
knocking on my door wondering what I'm questioning
o-
what the ribeye of a human would be.
he only had a couple bites, and his. And again, remember, food critic. He's eaten at all the 5-star Michelin restaurants, if that was the thing back then. He said that the taste was nothing like he'd ever had, but the texture, the closest thing he had was veal. I've never had veal. Veal doesn't sound appetizing to me. I don't know why. I like lamb. But veal for some reason just doesn't sound. I guess because it's called veal. If it was called something else other than veal, I feel like I might try it. Like
What if
I just don't know
if,
why.
What if we called it pussy pot pie?
Mm.
Well, I have that daily. I lie. I lied to you. But like
You never lied
I
to your
like.
chat.
Is this my Twitch? Is this my Twitch chat? I like lamb. Like lamb chops, lamb ribs are delicious.
Well, I know it goes great with lamb cheese. So going back.
God I was really hoping he was gonna pull out just another random topic from this one.
That would have been
Like,
wild. So this is something that I just thought up on the spot. What if every week at the end of every podcast we don't go into deep discussions on it, but like we go back to our
favorite
real
porn
roots.
stars?
Close. Something we hate. Something we name something we hate. Go back to our roots. It's a ballpark thing.
Do you have a topic
I-
that we
I-
could do
I was-
that with, or
No, it was just like something we each individually hate. Like not like a deep discussion. Just
no, we're on it now.
Oh,
What do you hate? Well, what is something popular right now that you hate? It says
oh
in the
my
video.
God!
What's one
No,
that you hate?
we're busting the load too soon. Oh,
That was a legitimate question. Anyone?
something I hate other than Swiss cheese. It all comes back to the cheese.
Speaking of
It all
cheese.
comes back to the cheese.
Gorgonzola. What are our thoughts on
It
gorgonzola?
all circles back.
I hate Twisted Tea. But I do love that it has become a popular thing to beat people with. It's
Did
a
you
way
see
of
the,
using it that I've never thought of using. I can't think of things that are popular. Like, we're quarantined. Like, right now, the only things popular are, like, streaming services and, like, TikTok and, like, shit like that. And, like,
Jeff, you could talk about how Kristen beats you in her sleep.
oh, I mean, that's not fucking crazy. That's just, there was one night, it actually happened a couple times. It was when she thought, like, when she had to get tested for corona, she had, like, when she was sleeping, she was, like, fucking out. And there was one night I wake up to her. She had sat up in bed and she was calling for our dog. She kept calling his name. So I wake up, I'm like, what the fuck? And he's literally laying at my feet. And he also has his head, like, poked up looking at her like, what the fuck, I'm sleeping. And I wake up and I lean up and I'm like, what the fuck are you? I'm like, baby's right here. Like, what? And she legitimately turns and just clocks me in the face. Just full on, just punches me in the fucking face. And then wakes up and goes, oh God, he's right here. Doesn't even notice she hit me. And then just rolls over and goes back to bed. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? And then there's another night where I'm sleeping, and I remember it so much because I was having a really good fucking dream. And out of nowhere, just boom. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I just wake up to her fist just smacking me in the fucking forehead. I'm just like, what in the fuck? So yeah, now like once every 2 weeks, she just beats the fuck out of me while I'm asleep. It's really not a great time. For anyone that knows my girlfriend, she's tiny as fuck. But she beats the shit out of me while I'm sleeping now, and it's so fucking annoying.
I have the fun task of, one, not dreaming ever, but when I do dream, they're awesome, and then having those rudely interrupted by my mother.
I don't even know if I have, like, I don't know. The older I've gotten, the less, like, vivid dreams have become. Like, I don't remember. I don't remember, like, any of my dreams anymore.
About a year ago, I had a dream that it was awesome. It was the best dream I've ever had. Where I was like a fucking spec ops dude on a fucking raid. Like, I was kicking in doors, tossing flashbangs, clearing rooms. It was awesome. Like, look at this. It was awesome. And then like I remember it so vividly. Fucking in the dream, we're all stacking up. Like, I'm the breach guy. I'm ready to just clear the last room, take down whoever the fuck's in there. I'm ready. And then my door just swings open in my room, and I start getting yelled at by my mom because I forgot to take out the garbage. And I'm just sitting there staring at her, just like, huh? Huh? As she's yelling at me, and then she yells at, I don't remember what I don't know what she said because I was still just like so confused. And like as she's yelling at me, the dream's just like every detail slipping away. Like, you know, I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you guys have woken up from dreams and like had it where it just like slips away like fucking water. And she like says one last thing to me and slams the door shut, and I lay back down trying desperately to regain the dream. And then finally I'm just awake, just staring at the ceiling, thinking about how much I just want to scream.
So yeah, I do have that where I forget my dreams. So I actually had a nightmare, and I wrote it down as soon as I woke up because I was like, this is a good fucking podcast discussion right here.
This is what happens when you become a podcaster. Everything that happens, you're like, this could be a topic.
Yeah. So I had a
Especially
nightmare.
when you don't have specific topics you talk about.
Ooh.
So I had a nightmare that literally I woke up like sitting up in bed screaming at the top of my lungs. This was about a month ago.
I do that.
because you have night
Jeff-
terrors.
Jeff is well aware I do it.
That's true.
So I was driving down a highway, and I got hit head on while on the highway. And how it worked was I was driving down the one direction of the highway, and all of a sudden, a mass amount of cars started coming the wrong direction down the highway. Like, I've been seeing cars pass me the whole time, like I was going the correct way, and then all of a sudden I was not going the correct way anymore. And I got fucking nailed. Sorry, I'm also reading, so all right, so there was a massacre, and everyone was able to drive away except me because I broke my axle and had a flat tire. So
I've also done that.
yeah, well, yeah, I've done that in real life as well. But so I
Totaled
pulled
the
off
car.
to the side of the road. Now, the area of the road that I was on, it was like a massive hill bridge, which doesn't exist, but it was a bridge that formed a hill for some reason. And there was one section, you know how highways like cross, and so there was a cross to it going off, and we were like over a river, and my highway that I was on was going parallel to the river, like on the river with the river, and this one got you right off the river. But I had passed this exit to this other highway, but between where I was at and the bridge, or like the exit behind me, was just a big, like, there was no railing, and it just dropped straight down to the water. And I pulled off where there was a railing, and because I could see the water and I'm not fond of heights, I got into the back seat of the car, and I called AAA. And
This is a wildly long dream. Jesus.
yeah,
This is
I literally wrote down everything. So I couldn't remember the name of the highway, and I had no internet service, so I couldn't find my location on Google Maps, and AAA was not happy, and they couldn't. So I'm like, I don't know what you want from me. I don't fucking know where I'm at. And I was trying to describe it to them, and they had no fucking clue. And while I'm on the phone, now crazy times, local artist, literally no idea where he came from, but a local artist walked up and was putting real flowers all over my car to try and make it easier for AAA to find me. No idea. I only remember this happening. I'm just reading off of my sheet that I wrote this dream down on. So, so then suddenly, like while he was doing this, I got into the passenger seat, and then my dad was just in the driver's seat. So my dad is like, oh, like if AAA can't find us, we'll just drive off the highway. I'm like, my axle's broken and I have a flat tire. And he's like, no, we'll just drive off the highway. And he goes and pops the car into reverse and like goes and
does
swings
that fill your
around.
tire?
He swings the car around to face to now go the wrong way or the right. Who fucking knows? The direction that the traffic hit me was going towards the exit to get off this highway.
So many fucking goddamn things to remember in
I
this.
know.
I'm so confused.
And then he went and just started, he like floored it and started driving. But if you remember, there was no railing between me and the exit, and it just dropped into the water. My dad floors it, and we're going straight to where there's no railing. And I'm like, Dad, no railing, stop. And he's like, no, we'll make it. And he just keeps fucking going.
Did you guys said chitty chitty bang bang away?
and then he slams on the brake,
My
realizing
God.
that we're not going to make it. And we literally stop, and the front of the car is hanging over the highway. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. And as I'm trying to get out, all of a sudden the car just starts leaning, and then we tip. And I remember having that moment of like you don't know whether to scream or cry or whatever, and you just can't breathe. And then all of a sudden, I just started screaming as we almost hit the water. And then I woke up screaming and crying. And it was a great time.
I hope you know that I have to remember less during Jeff's true crime podcasts. Like, there's less detail there for me to remember than what you just said to me.
Nick, that's why
That's kind of a shot at me, and I am going to fight
No.
you for that.
And
No,
also,
that's not
I wrote down literally every detail as soon like I stopped screaming, and I was like, all right. And
Oh
I
yeah,
wrote
for
down-
drunken juries, I just come up with everything off the top of my head anyway. So
It's all bullshit. No one actually died.
no one's real. I only remember like my worst nightmare, and that's where I found out that if you die in your dreams, you do not die in real life.
No, you just wake up.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a wild
Oh.
nightmare. It was fucking creepy shit.
From what I've always been told is that if you die in your dream, you just wake up because your brain doesn't know where to go from there.
I saw
Or
meme-
does Jeff know something we don't?
No.
I saw a meme that dying in your sleep is the most peaceful way to die. That's angels carrying you up to heaven, but sometimes the angels drop you, and that's why you feel like you're falling and suddenly wake up.
Fuck that sensation. Let me just say that. Fuck that shit.
One of my favorite things ever is when people fall asleep in class in high school, but they're not quite asleep, and they do one of those twitch things where like they have a body twitch out of nowhere that wakes
Yeah.
them up. I had a kid once it was in my, I think it was senior year, but he had his head down, he had his textbook here, and his arm on the other side of the textbook. So the textbook's here on his tricep, and he has his head face down, and he has a twitch, but it's a full body twitch. He kicks the person's chair in front of him and kicks them up a little bit. He moves like that, throws his textbook, smacks some other kid in the side of the fucking head. He just wakes up and he has drool coming down of his mouth, and everyone's just like, what in the fuck is wrong with you? And he's like, teacher's like, go to the office, you were sleeping. He's like, no, I wasn't. And the kid next to him is like, there's no way you're playing this off, dude. Like, you have drool on your chin. You just had the biggest commotion ever. You smacked a kid in the
God.
side of the head with a fucking textbook. Like,
When I was in high school, I fell asleep, and I always slept with my hands like on my forehead or on my cheek.
oh, did
And-
someone come by and smack your hand out from you and you just bash your head off the desk?
No, my head just slipped off my hands, and I did bash my head off the desk.
We had
Yeah.
a teacher in high school who, when a kid would fall asleep, he had a golf ball, and he wouldn't move from the front of the class. He would just whip the golf ball, no matter where you are or the casualties that will commence around you. But there's a kid in the very back of the class that fell asleep. He took the golf ball out of his pocket, whipped it, and it bounced off next to him on the wall. He looks up. He's like, what if that would have hit me? And the teacher's like, I would have fucking hit you if I wanted to hit you. And next time I will fucking hit you. It was like, nice.
Yo, public school's weird.
When I
Yeah, because our teachers don't get paid enough for this shit.
Yeah. I had a teacher that the kid wasn't in my class. Yeah, technically he was, but he wasn't supposed to be. He fell asleep. So the teacher had his entire class when the bell rang and the kid still hadn't woken up. Everyone quietly got up and left. And our teacher was standing outside the door, and as we were walking in, he was just telling us to be quiet. And we walk in and see this kid completely asleep. And we all sit down, and this poor kid who also had to sit there just stood in the corner. And the teacher just started teaching the class, and this kid was completely asleep. And about a quarter of the way through the class, the kid woke up and just looked around, confused as fucking hell. And the teacher just looked at him and also looked at this kid like, how did you get here? The kid just collected his stuff, looked really uncomfortable, and just walked out.
That's when you just go home. You just give up and you just fucking leave.
So
I've,
my senior year, the second half of my senior year, I dislocated my kneecap,
Of course,
that
of
meant-
course.
and that meant I couldn't do gym class.
What?
For the entire, I couldn't do gym the entire fucking. second
In
half of my senior
private
year.
schools, if you're injured, they let you not be in gym.
Yeah, what was I supposed to do? Sit on the bleachers? No, they let me
Public
sit in the
schools, they
office.
make us go through.
Yeah, in
It's like
public
extra.
school,
It's like
if-
extra physical therapy, but they don't give a fuck.
and
Oh
like
no!
if even if you're in crutches, you still have to put your gym clothes on and sit there.
No, you have to do
No,
the mile
I-
on your crutches. I was making mine completely outrageously stupid, but Adam apparently his school was stupid. If you were injured, you went to study hall instead.
Oh no!
Yeah,
for us,
I didn't go to study hall because
uh,
there wasn't a first period study hall.
at not
But-
at my second high school, but my first high school, yeah, you had to still change into your gym clothes, and because we had assigned gym clothes that we had to wear, so you got a quarter of your points for the day in gym class by showing up in gym clothes. Anyway, so you would get those points, and the teacher would give you like a worksheet to work on.
Fuck that. So, question:
Answer.
have you guys ever actually had a wet dream?
Yeah.
No.
2 of them.
I haven't.
I've had
I
2.
haven't either.
Oh,
I
I've
haven't
had
either.
2. One of them, I don't know who the girl was, and the other one was Riley Reed. So
Yeah, that's wild.
Should have videotaped it.
Hmm.
Could have made a bunch of money on Pornhub before they took it down.
I've, yeah, that's fucking wow. We should talk about that. How most of Pornhub's just fucking gone now, but
It went from how much to like only
It was
7 million
wild.
or something.
Yeah.
It went from like I think it was like
It was
20
like
some million
30,
videos. Yeah. Down to like 7 million videos.
that's fucking wild.
They had to.
I guess they technically don't make money off of those ones though, right?
Well, no, they had to because there were the U.S. government was starting to crack down because the possibilities that, or a lot of the unregistered videos were people who were caught up in human trafficking. So they made it mandatory that you had to do it to make sure that no videos that are made with people who are victims of human trafficking are actually there.
Yeah, now,
actually
now
on
you
the
have to
site.
be a registered user to upload anything.
Wild.
And it had something to do with like censorship, like
No,
Well,
the
like-
human trafficking was enough.
yeah.
But there are a lot of videos that
Well,
like
there's-
get
there's,
uploaded that without like they get stolen from company. Like people would go to browsers, download the videos, and then upload the videos in their entirety to Pornhub. And it would be up to browsers to find the video, which very rarely happened. So
There's also if I remember correctly, I remember this reading a couple years back. The company that owns Pornhub, it's like the
European, isn't it?
subsidiary. It's some Ukrainian company,
Yeah.
that has known ties to human trafficking.
How nice.
Yep,
Fucking
that's fun.
fucking wild over there in the Ukraine.
Well, anywhere in the former Soviet bloc, really.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Didn't something wild just happen in like Bulgaria? Or what's the last dictatorship in Europe? What's it called? Can't remember what it's called. Is it Bulgaria?
Last dictatorship in Europe is Belarus. Well, that's nationality. Sorry.
Belarus. It's Belarus.
Oh, I said Belarus. I'm fucking stupid. I might be a little fucking drunk.
Belarusian, if I remember correctly.
All right. Thanks so much for listening to You Hate to See It. You can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. Follow us on our social medias. Just search You Hate to See It and look for Chad. Ooh, 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 ooh. If you want to get more great content like this, because this was great,
But not what you can get on Pornhub.
not Pornhub. Just visit our website at youh82cit.podbean.com, and you can also click on that little green button that says Become a Patron. Joining at any level will give you some exclusive content, and also let you join our Discord server where you can talk to us. But the one thing that you should really do is wrap your puny little brain heads around the fact that our cocks are bigger and that we are
Bold
better
statement.
than you.
I feel like I don't feel comfortable with this statement because I feel like it's a lie. Well,
Nick, do your thing.
yes.
Nick,
That's all I'm
So,
waiting for.
Nick, do the thing.
so because I'll never lie to you,
Hey, Nick, do the thing.
I want you to know that while we may never lie to you, which is professional, we are professionals and we don't have standards. We got there eventually.
Oh, you didn't. None of that was okay. All right. Give me
That
the
wasn't
fuck
kosher.
Get me the fuck out of here.
There's halal.
Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah.